are having so much fun, and we know you're going to love our next guest. His name is Tony Walker, and he is a comedy guy. Comedy cures everything. So.
Absolutely. I had cancer at the age of 32, and I do believe that the laughter and the positive attitude got me through it just as much as the medications did, which led to the comedy troupe that I run called Knockem Dead Comedy. We do dinner theater, murder mysteries, game shows, kid shows. We're not stand-up or anything like that, just comedy shows, variety shows.
You go to restaurants and where else? Like theaters?
Restaurants, private parties, corporate events, fundraisers. Did I say fundraisers?
Fundraisers, firehouse.
The comedy shows, they're murder mysteries, they're audience participation. It's a scripted show because there's clues and hints that have to go out, but it's not a don't blink or you'll miss something. It's not Agatha Christie.
Right.
It's a comedy. It's lighthearted, but one of the characters does get killed,
right.
And then the audience has to figure out who did it and why. And if it's a private party or a corporate event, we personalize it to fit their event.
Now, do you ask the audience for help with the mysteries? Or
Yeah, they solve it.
All by themselves.
Based on what they saw during the show, we even give them a little section where they can interrogate the suspects.
Oh, that's
and,
fun.
So we'll deflect, deny, point fingers at other characters, but everybody makes the rounds throughout the whole room and talks to people.
The show is guaranteed. It's 100% guaranteed fun.
Totally.
Everywhere we go,
always.
Everybody loves that show.
The audience just get so involved, and there's just such a part of the show, and that makes it even better.
Other things that you do aside from mystery.
We do game shows. The game show, we have a podium with lights and buzzers and sounds, and it's basically
Like
a trivia game show, or it could be, again, we ad-lib with that too. So they may want a trivia game show, but if we show up and they're a loud, boisterous group and they're a lot of fun, we could ask them to do funny physical challenges or do some karaoke or whatever, or name that tune, whatever we feel like doing, and they'll be willing to do. We'll take it there.
Yeah. What movie introduced the phrase, "There's no crying in baseball"?
What letter comes after A? Yes, go ahead. B is correct!
Is there a favorite skit that you do that just still cracks you up every time you do it?
We do a lot of audience participation murder mystery shows, comedic murder mystery shows. And there's two shows. We have a mob show. We're in New York. You have to have the mob shows. And we have a redneck wedding, which is just
I'll have to come see that one.
You're welcome anytime. Anytime. In fact, I even brought you a shirt.
Growing up in St. Louis, Missouri, I have to say, you did?
Oh, of course I did.
Hey!
That you will wear everywhere you go. In fact, I have a whole bunch there. I'm giving one out to everybody.
Everywhere I go. Okay.
That's right.
There you go.
Knockem Dead Comedy.
Oh, that's great.
Can I
Knockem Dead
pretend I'm
Comedy.
drinking something?
Excellent. Yeah, you can pretend like you're drinking something.
I'm having fun on the set.
We actually do put water in it when guests ask.
Just
we
not
do. But
this
if you
guest.
but if you don't ask ahead of time, wait. This one's full of water. You ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. There you go.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
Okay, we'll just do that for now.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sally on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knockem Dead Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when you're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy with those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast on Twitch. Thanks for joining us on Twitch. Thanks for making the move over to Twitch. Please subscribe to our show and tell everybody you know about all the great shows on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. We're going to get all of our shows over here soon. We're still the guinea pigs, but it's right there above my head. Please share this link all over your social media pages, and we appreciate you guys watching this morning. We hope everybody's well. We're here with Jeff. Jeff's here.
I'm here, brother.
Jeff is here. Jeff Skelsey, formerly of Hitsville Radio UK. Loved the show, loved the station, but they're completely gone, right?
Yep.
That's a shame.
Shut down.
Damn it.
Didn't want to get in trouble. It was a blast. It was a good time.
Was there any signs of trouble?
My buddy was reading some articles over there in Europe about, copyright problems, and the European governments were cracking down on it.
But do they give you a warning first, or do they just come at you and say, with a...
He didn't want to take that chance.
Yeah, I hear you.
He was reading fines of upwards of like 10,000 pounds.
Oh, wow. Which is
for us
probably like $15,000 to $20,000.
$15,000,
Yeah. Wow.
US, something like that. So, he didn't want to take the chance. I
don't
completely
blame
agree
him.
and totally understand. But it was a blast while it lasted, I'll tell you that. It was good stuff.
Yeah, we got to get something going for you. We were just talking about that before we went on the air. Jeff had a show on there. What was it? Skells Rock?
Skels Rocka.
Skels Rocka.
Skels Rocka.
Skels Rocka.
R-O-C-K-A.
I like
Rocka, not
Hey!
Rocker. Not like John Rocker from
Ugh.
Atlanta Braves, that douche.
Yeah, he was a douche.
Skels Rocca.
Skels Rocca. I like that. But yeah, we got to get Skels Rocca back on the air somehow. We got to get something.
Yeah.
We were talking about it.
We'll figure something out.
Just before we went on the air here. Because you can't play copyrighted material on Twitch or pretty much anywhere, really. So we got to, what, it would be a pain in the ass, but you'd have to find, like, people who recorded shit with their cell phones and play that.
Yeah.
But
I've been to plenty of concerts, but I don't record a lot.
Well, yeah, you just get them off YouTube or something.
Yeah,
but
true.
The quality would be kind of iffy, though. But
see, but that's the thing with YouTube. The quality is great if the band's record label put it on YouTube.
Right.
Right. Can you use that or not? I don't know.
I don't think you can.
Probably
all right,
not.
the phone lines are open, and we're getting a phone call. It says Hicksville, New York.
All right.
I don't know. Lately, we've been getting a lot of telemarketers, so I'm not. But it is a weird coincidence that it's Hicksville.
Let's
absolutely.
Let's go with it.
All right, let's see.
Let's go with it.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
No, yes.
Go, Mr. or Mrs. Holfester, please.
Yes. Hold on a second, please. Hold on.
Sure.
Hello.
Yes, hi, Mr. Holfester.
Yes. Holfester, yes.
Hi, my name is Nelson. I'm calling in regards to the PSCNG residential HVAC program. A certified contractor will complete the annual maintenance, cleaning, and the 21-point inspection of the heating unit. You guys haven't done the maintenance yet, correct, Mr. Holfester?
No. I was walking around naked this morning, and I was thinking about doing it, but I didn't get to it. The cold air was blowing on me, and it was just too comfortable. I didn't get in the mood for cleaning. I'm sure you could understand that. Hello? Huh. I don't understand.
Wow. You lost him quick.
What happened?
You scared him.
Can you see that guy on the other end? Because that sounded like legit. I don't know, but he's probably like, what do you say? He's walking what?
He's walking around naked?
Cleaning the HVAC system.
We were in here on Tuesday with the comedian Fat Jay, and we got one of these calls. And it was a woman, and he was cursing.
It was a woman and he was cursing?
Yeah, well, Jay, the comedian was cursing.
Okay. I got you.
Like she was just rolled with it, and she was looking for somebody named Richard. So of course he was like, "Please call me Dick."
I knew that was coming.
Every time she was like, "So are you interested in this program, Dick? Or what do you think about this, Dick?" I was cracking up every time she said Dick. I just laughed my ass off.
Too bad it wasn't Mr. Dick.
Right? Call
me could have said, "You can meet me all my little dicks." I live with a bunch of dicks.
But I'm the big dick.
I'm the big dick.
That's fantastic. But it said Hicksville, so I thought that was a weird coincidence.
Well,
it said
PSCG headquarters is in Hicksville.
Well, true.
Yeah. That's why I think it was kind of legit.
Wow.
Oh, well.
Andrew Fremder, clean your hole fester.
My hole's been festering for a while. I don't know what's going on.
That's
Is your
great.
hole been festering?
Yeah, I'm hole festering, all right. So, all right, well, that kind of gives me a little bit of a segue. I wanted to talk to you, Mr. Skelsey, because, that was from Hicksville. We're from Hicksville. We grew up together.
We did.
And
Good times.
Absolutely great times. And I'm curious because your full-time job is working for an airline. I don't know if you want to mention it or not, but
commercial airline,
right?
Yeah.
So you've traveled all over the world, whether because of your employee discounts or even just doing jobs. They've sent you to various places around the world.
Yeah.
So, what's your take on so many people who want to leave Long Island? Is that because you're still in Hicksville? I don't think you've ever left Hicksville, right?
No.
So for somebody who's lived in the same town his whole life, is that something you think about, or are you staying?
Things have changed a lot since we've grown up. Obviously,
yes.
I think it's more or less people just want to get out of New York. Unfortunately, to me, New York is the best state, the best city in the world, and all that good stuff. But
right, I agree.
You can't afford to live here, or live decently.
Right.
I think most New Yorkers go paycheck to paycheck, and that sucks.
Yep.
I would get out of New York State. My wife won't. She won't want to move.
Oh, is that right? So all right. So that's where I was going.
Our whole family's here.
Right.
Mine's pretty much spread out all over the place. I got You know, 3 left here on the island, but everybody else, you know, was down south somewhere.
Yeah, you're one of how many?
7.
7. Right. I knew. I was thinking 6, but I knew that was wrong.
7.
You're the baby
So
of
I got
7.
away with everything.
Nice. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of space between you and the next one up. So right. So you were most.
Yeah, my brother Steven is 61.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So that's what 9 years older.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, being
that's
adopted though, you know, it wasn't like.
Well, true.
My mom wasn't pushing babies out at 40-something years old.
Right. But you were. But still. It seemed to me, I mean, by the time we were hanging around, it seemed like you were almost like an only child. I don't remember brothers and sisters hanging around.
They were, they were all married and moved out.
Right, yeah. So, so because your family's all over, you'd be okay with leaving?
At this point in life, yeah, because I'm just sick of it, man. You know,
Yeah?
you can't get ahead, you know. Luckily, I have a good job.
Yeah.
But it's still, having a good job, it's still hard because, you know, it's New York.
Right.
You know, oil's now what? Going to be $5 a gallon for home heating oil?
Yep.
You know,
I
and
think it's
crap
actually
like
more.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks. So, but it's unfortunate because, you know, like I said, best state, best city in the world.
Yeah, I
You know?
agree. And that, I try to look past, this may be foolish, but I try to look past the money. Because this is the greatest place to be. I love it here, being a half hour away from the city, having places like Governor's and the beaches and the parks. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of fun to be had. Lots of sports, lots of theater, lots of things to do, and I try to focus on that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, 100%, without a doubt.
The schools are fantastic. The doctors, the medical care are top notch here.
The tops, yeah.
Which has worked out for me, thank goodness.
Excuse me, did you hear that? Little bird came.
Oh no, I didn't even hear that.
I was like, oh, where'd that come from? But anyway,
they're used to it here.
You know,
I do it all the time.
I think if my wife was like, you know what, let's go, let's get out of here, I'd probably be like, oh shit, no, this is serious.
Yeah, right.
I really got to make sure, you know, I want to do this. You know, but you go anywhere else, you know, go down south or something. And I don't mean Florida. Florida's a nice place to visit. Don't want to live there.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
You know, Carolinas or like Tennessee's nice. With my job, I can pretty much go anywhere in the country. So pick a nice, you know, cost of living area. My pay goes with me.
Right.
You know,
and that's why I mention that, because you've been all over the place, so you've seen these places firsthand.
Yeah.
And you know that, I guess, the quality of life is better.
Yeah. I would love to live in Europe, to be honest with you.
In Europe?
Yeah.
Really?
I'd love to live there, yeah.
Amsterdam?
No, I'd get in too much trouble there. No, you know, like visiting my friends in England, that's a great country. I was in Rome recently. Italy,
really?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, and I was there for work.
Oh,
funny
okay.
enough, but you know,
nice.
It's just so much different. You know, completely
So,
different.
When you went to Italy, because don't they have this thing in Italy where, like, in the middle of the day everything shuts down and people go home or some shit, or they take naps or something, and then they come back?
I think that's France.
Oh, that's France.
I don't
thought it
know.
was Italy.
I don't know, but you know what?
So you weren't doing that.
But they make sure they enjoy life over there. They don't, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, they don't forget about the finer things in life. Whereas here in the States, we're hustle, bustle, got to make a buck, got to make the buck, got to make the buck. You know.
Yeah.
I guess it's here with the person who dies with the most money wins. I don't know. You can't take it with you, but they enjoy their quality of life over there.
And give me an example. How so?
Just anything. Just there's no the pace. You don't have to worry about the pace of getting being crazy, and it's just a little relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
It's you do what you got to do, and you know people are much nicer. They're nice, and you know, for the most part, you know, they don't all hate us, you know.
Yeah.
But no, it's just a lot different over there, you know.
I do try to I do find myself worrying more about the money and doing the hustle and bustle, and I have to remind myself, hey, step back a little bit, because what you're doing, even though I'm not making, you know, I think I've been here almost 5 years. I've maybe made $500 here in 5 years. No joke, honest to God, being totally upfront here. So it's a labor of love. I want it to turn into something, striving to make it something. In fact, there's even some light opportunities right now that I'm searching and working with a guy on. But I still find I have to remind myself to step back, because even though I'm not making money, I'm having a great freaking time.
Yeah,
and that's a huge part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I that's why I say sometimes I try to not focus on the money. Sometimes I do need to step back and say, hey, you know, no, this is great. I got to interview Kevin Pollak on Zoom, and you know, members of The Sopranos, even on a local level. Some of the comedians that have come in here are just fantastic.
Yep.
You know,
And even now, hanging out with you in here, this is cool.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, it's a shame because it is. I loved growing up here in Hicksville specifically. I wouldn't have changed a thing, and it just makes me sad that so many people want to get out of here.
Yeah, I know. And like I said, Hicksville's changed drastically all by itself. Which,
yes,
I'm a little tired of that. The whole face of it's changed.
Yeah.
It's nothing. You want to show your kids things that used to be. Oh, we used to do this, but it ain't there anymore. It's something completely different now.
Yep.
You can't. The history of Hicksville is it's like it's getting washed away.
Yeah.
In a sense,
completely,
for lack of a better term. But yeah.
Yep. But I was reading an article, an interview that Ralph Macchio did.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Huntington native, I believe, right? Huntington Green Lawn area,
something like that. No, I thought it was Mineola. I think. No.
No.
Well, whatever. You know what? I wonder if I have it here. I don't. Excuse me. But yeah. But either way. Yeah, all right. So let's Huntington. First off, I was shocked. This guy is 60 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So again, yeah. So it makes
crazy.
Yes.
Makes me feel watching those movies going, and he was a kid, and we were kids obviously, and now he's 60. Like, holy shit!
Can't believe
it.
So he's written a book, and basically the book talks about enjoying the journey. Like, this is a guy that, I mean, he made a few movies in the 80s, and he had a promising career, but it pretty much did stall.
Yeah.
Like, he did The Karate Kid, maybe, a couple movies after that, but it pretty much stalled, and that's what he's known as, The Karate Kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he was bitter about it for a long time. He couldn't get a lot of work for a long time, but it's come full circle. He's now on this, hit Cobra Kai thing.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but
I've seen like 2 seasons of it, and I dug it. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
You got to get past the cheesiness,
Well, the movie was cheesy.
Yeah, but you got to look at him now. He's 60 years old, and he's getting back into this thing, teaching kids. So there's a little cheesiness to it, but it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not.
But
it's
still,
not bad.
and still doesn't look 60.
Oh no,
this guy is. Yeah, but and in fact, he even had to beg Steven Spielberg for his part. Excuse me, I take that back. Well, he had to beg for his part in My Cousin Vinny. People wouldn't. A lot of directors didn't want to hire him for that movie because he was, that's the Karate Kid. What are we bringing him in for?
Yeah, the typecasting gets to be an issue sometimes.
Right.
When you're a young actor, I guess.
And he begged Steven Spielberg to play Marty McFly in Back to the Future.
Really?
But but he couldn't convince him, and he even says now I see it. Michael J. Fox was perfect for that role.
And he wasn't even the first
Eric
one.
Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz.
Right.
I was reading something about that the other day because they just had a little reunion at Comic-Con in the city, which was that poor guy.
Yeah, I know.
The poor guy, man. It sucks.
It's a shame.
Yeah, absolute shame.
Yeah.
But Eric Stoltz, and he actually filmed for 6 weeks with Eric Stoltz.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. You can find.
Oh yeah,
they have some clips.
I could see why they changed. I just don't.
Yes.
The part was definitely perfect for
Ralph Macchio playing that role. I don't think it would have worked.
Yeah, I think Michael J. Fox is absolutely perfect for that role. You couldn't have anybody better.
But the reason I'm getting into this in the first place is because Macchio, where is it? He said he said he's never not lived on Long Island, even in the height of his fame.
Yeah, I think he still does.
Yeah,
you could find him at Islander games during the regular season. He's a huge Islander fan.
Andy Plajanos, he lives out by me now. He lives in Miller Place, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Andrew Fremdar, I heard Ralph Macchio is a heavy douche. Oh, okay.
I've actually met him.
You have?
Yeah.
Nice guy?
Dynamite guy.
Really?
So nice.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But that's why I bring it up. He says he lived on Long Island throughout his entire career, and he's still there. Despite the traffic and the stupid taxes and the insanity, it's home. I love New York. I love New York City. I love Long Island. My parents are still there. My wife's mom is still with us. It's my roots. So I thought that was cool. That's kind of, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Dude, we got to get him on the show.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. What? I wonder if I could do that.
It's got to be a way. It's got to be a way.
Who would be your, give me your top 3 guests. If this,
Top 3 guests.
Who would you want to get on this show? Or a show that you're doing, whatever it is.
Not within the acting community or music community or
anybody.
Or what?
Anybody.
I mean,
Anybody. Well, I'm assuming McCartney is your top choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, give me a top 3. It could be anybody.
Well, I mean,
doesn't have to be. Don't limit it to actors or musicians.
Yeah, no,
anybody.
Yeah, McCartney would be huge. I don't know, 3? Really going to hold me to 3?
You want to do 5? We can do 5.
Sucks. I mean, you got to get McCartney. You got to get Billy. Mm-hmm. I mean, Hicksville. Hello.
Right. I've tried.
I'll go actor wise. One of the coolest freaking actors I ever met was Henry Winkler.
Really?
Dynamite guy.
Yeah.
I mean, the girls at work were singing the Happy Days theme when he strolled up to the counter, and he loved every second of it.
Did he?
Oh yeah. Oh, I was the first time I met him 2 times, 2 weeks apart.
Okay.
And we were taking care of something on his airplane, and my partner over there talking to him while I'm working. I'm like, he's talking to the Fonz, and I'm doing all the work here, right? What the fuck? So, get done with the plane, and I was like, oh, pleasure to meet you. I said, thank you, very much. He goes, no, thank you guys. He goes, you guys are, what got me where I am, kind of thing. Very, very humble and whatnot. He goes, everything good with the plane? I said, everything's dynamite. Stupid little nothing problem inside the plane. So that was that. Said, pleasure to meet you. Thank you for everything.
Right.
So 2 weeks later, here he comes again. So I see him. I'm doing a plane again. He's like, hey. I said, hey, Mr. Winkler. He goes, hey, how you doing, buddy? Shakes my hand, gives me a bro hug. I said, you remember me? He goes, of course I remember you. You were working my plane 2 weeks ago. I was
wow.
I was like, that's cool. And he just will hang and talk to you. I didn't ever people ask for pictures. I didn't ask for a picture or an autograph or anything. Just it was cool to talk to him.
Yeah.
Just a dynamite guy. So that would definitely be in the list. Ooh, we got another phone call.
Yeah, I got a feeling this is another line that usually brings in telemarketers. So let's see. Hello. Oh, there you go. All right.
Bastards.
It was Henry Winkler. All right, yeah, and I've heard that. I've heard he's a good guy. So,
oh, yeah.
All right, so that would be a good... All right, so we'll look into that one.
I don't know. That's so much.
Yeah.
How about you? You come on my show. You'd have to be in the top 5.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah,
well, you did. You brought me on your show.
True, but I wanted you there. We needed to get extended. I wanted us to do a whole show together. Like, bring your 20 favorite songs. A show is probably about 30 songs for 2 hours with chatting.
Sure.
Say, bring your favorite 20, my favorite 20, 40 songs. We'll try and cram them in.
Well, funny you should say that, because I saw an article. Let's see if I can find it. It was a list of the top 100 live albums.
Mm-hmm.
Classic rock, of course.
Okay.
So give me some of yours. So, I mean, this is what I think you could do on Twitch or something, since you can't play copyrighted music.
Yeah.
I think you should do like a half hour to an hour show just talking about music. There's plenty of those types of shows. Wings Over America is a great live album.
That tour.
Yeah. And that's on this list.
Yeah. I bet your number one's probably Peter Frampton.
It is not.
It is not?
It's on the list.
Wow. It's got to be in the top 10.
I don't think it was.
Was it Frampton Comes Alive? I think it's...
Yeah,
right?
Frampton Comes Alive, yeah. So
I'd be surprised if that's not in the top 10.
Let me see if I can get down to the bottom here and find out what number... I forgot what number 1 was already.
But what's crazy? Over my lifetime, I never bought a lot of live concert albums.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I buy too much live album. I'm still a CD guy, and I've talked about it before. I have over 6,000 CDs in my collection.
Jeez,
it's crazy. All right. Well, this is
Billy's last play at Shea, but I don't know if it's going to be in that top 100. But that would be one of my favorite because I was there.
There is there is a Billy Joel album on the list, but that's not it. All right, actually, number one. No. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, the Agora Cleveland, 1978. That is number 1, which I thought was an interesting choice. Now, I have no problem with that because Bruce. Have you ever seen Bruce?
Once.
Oh my God.
I'm not a huge Bruce fan.
Yeah.
Not I like him, but I don't like him enough to go out and buy his albums, kind of thing. I like some songs. I don't care for his politics.
That 41 shots thing pissed me off.
That was the start of it. That was just the beginning.
I don't have an issue with people talking about their politics because they're entitled to their opinion. So if I disagree, I just disagree. But I'll still listen to the music.
Trying to get us to go along with it. Do what you do best. Play fucking music. Actors and actresses, do what you do best. Get up in front of the
Right.
camera on the screen, make a movie, entertain us. Stop
right.
what you're trying to force down our throats.
We're going to see you to get away from that stuff.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And you know,
So-
I love him, but Roger
Right.
Waters is the same way.
Yeah.
You know, he comes here and it's all, you know, it's almost like, you know, bashing our leadership, whether you like our leadership, past, post, present, whatever, you know, or not.
Yeah, but in his defense, he has the right to do it because I believe he's now a citizen. He lives in the Hamptons full time.
Full time, yeah.
Well, who knows? I'm sure when the weather gets bad, he
yeah.
takes off. But I believe that's his primary residence, if I'm not mistaken. Number 2 on the list. You'll like this one. And first I'll just say that the first time I saw Bruce was 1999. I had 9th row center. It was like a religious experience. I couldn't believe how good this was. Transformed me into a big Bruce fan.
Unbelievable entertainer. Like I said, I've seen him once, and his show is great. It's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
You
It
know?
blew me away. But again, because of how good the band was, what a fun show it was, not because he transformed my political beliefs or anything like that.
No. He had. I remember before you move on. I remember when I went the one and only time I went to see him at the Coliseum. I think it was the Coliseum or the Garden. I think it was the Garden actually. You know, he gets people to hold up signs of what song they might kind of want next, sort of thing.
Yep.
There was this one little girl, probably about 8 or 9, holding a sign saying she wanted a hug.
Oh wow!
Have a hug. And he goes up, and he brings her up on the stage. He goes, "Tell it, Mom, Dad, get the camera ready."
Right.
And
Yeah.
he gets there. I was like, "Holy crap!"
That's cool.
That kid has that memory now.
Yep.
For it just.
There's a
that was
great
cool of him to do.
There's a great documentary called Bruce and I, something like that. And it's all these fans who have stories like that, and they tell stories. They show the footage if they have it. And the original movie, you don't see this, but on the DVD, they put it in. They get all these people together in a room. They're meeting. They're sharing their Bruce stories. All of a sudden, Bruce walks in, and he sits and hangs with them.
That's cool. What about when he was cruising on his Harley in Jersey, and he's come to a parking lot? Some people waved him down to come over.
Yep.
And they talked him into having. He's like, he didn't want to have a shot. Didn't want to have a shot with him. They're like, no, just one little shot. So he did the shot. And a cop off in the distance saw it, and he pulled him over and arrested him.
Yep.
I was like, holy shit, man.
Yep.
The guy didn't want to do it. He was nice enough, but they said, what the hell? It's one little shot, and then
Right. All right, so the next one you'll like. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, CSNY, 1974. You were the one who got me into that band, and same thing. I am completely transformed. Love that band.
Oh, yeah.
I collect everything all 4 of those guys do. Stephen Stills, one of the just completely underrated.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just read something yesterday. Nash and Crosby have an album coming out.
Oh, like an old live album or something?
Not so much old live. I think
because they haven't talked in years.
They've kind of made friends again, but they still haven't
have
really
they? They're not
conversed.
talking?
But no, they're not talking, but this is stuff they've had, I guess, and they're compiling it together or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Whether Graham's doing it on his own and putting it out, but
Right.
he was saying, he goes, we haven't talked, but Crosby takes full responsibility.
Yes, he does.
He goes, it's my fault. The band, is what happened. He goes, because I was a junkie.
Right.
He goes, it's all my fault. He goes, I take full responsibility. He goes, we've made our peace, kind of thing. So that much is good. But I think it's like I don't know if it's like covers or whatever, something.
All right, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Graham Nash, probably the nicest celebrity I've ever met.
Very cool.
Very nice man.
Very nice.
Led
Signed
Zeppelin.
my motorcycle broken leg cast.
That's right. Yes. Led Zeppelin made the list. ZZ Top. All right, so let me see. So Zeppelin's 3, ZZ Top is 4, Levon Helm is 5, Bruce Springsteen again, number 6, live in Dublin, which was a great tour. Zeppelin again. Where is Frampton Comes Alive? The Clash, Dylan, Zeppelin again. So now we're over 10. AC/DC Bonfire, Santana live at the Fillmore, the Paul Butterfield Blues Band. Wow. The Police live, Nirvana Unplugged. That was huge. The Beatles at the BBC. That's a good one. So we had to wait to get to number 5, number like 15 or 16 to see the Beatles.
Well, they never really, put much a live album,
True.
From a show or anything.
What just happened? I just so yeah, where's Frampton? Oh, Simon and Garfunkel, Central Park, Rush. So here you go,
Watching that
Billy
on TV.
Joel's Songs in the Attic.
In the Attic, okay.
That's a great live.
Yeah,
album.
absolutely.
Motorhead, Journey, Warren Zevon, Eagles Live from 1980. That's a good album. Kings, One for the Road. That was good. I used to have that one. Clapton, One More, Just One Night. Neil Young Live, Rust.
Live Rust, yeah.
Judas
Dynamite
Priest.
album.
Yeah. Rust Never Sleeps.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Live, Killers.
The Ramones, UFO.
Makes me realize I have more live albums than I thought. I haven't seen my vinyl in a while. It's tucked away.
Todd Rundgren, Back to the Bars. That's a good album. Believe it or not, Sammy Hagar. Where? Oh, Cheap Trick at Budokan.
Huh.
That's a good album. Where the hell is Frampton Comes Alive? The Last Waltz, of course.
Yeah.
Ted Nugent, Jackson Brown, Kiss Alive. Oh, Genesis Seconds Out. That's a good one. Foghat. Who cares? Oh, there you go. Wings Over America.
What number?
I don't know. We got to be in the 20s at this point.
Oh, they don't have it labeled next to
Yeah. Leonard Skinner, One More for
One
the
More
Road.
for the Road, yeah.
Good album. Did you watch that documentary that came out on them?
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't crazy about it.
Yeah, it was all right,
You go back to the 90s, watch it Behind the Music. Much better. Bob Seger, Live Bullet. There it is. Frampton Comes Alive.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be much lower on the list.
But I did have Mr. Van Zandt himself on my show, my radio show. If you.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, you weren't listening. That's what you're saying. Yeah, sent him a message, audio message, and he sent me an audio message back. I didn't have him live.
Oh, okay.
So, just asking. It was right after, COVID was coming to an end, and they were talking about maybe getting back on the road and stuff. So it was just a quick question thing. Hey, man, what's going on with the band? Yada, yada, yada. Coming around, just something to put on the air, And it was
yeah,
cool.
that's great.
He sent me a message back. I had to chop it up a little bit and cut it down instead of playing
That's all right.
the whole thing.
All right, Hot Shot.
So that was cool.
Watch the show every day. Who's the celebrity that I have two celebrities that does an intro to my show every morning. Just name one. Just name one.
I don't know, Joey Cola. Christopher Brian Roach.
All good guesses. Mookie Wilson and Johnny Brennan from the Jerky Boys.
Work with stupid airplanes during your show,
I hear you.
so it's
I
a
hear
little
you.
difficult.
Stupid airplanes.
I know they're getting away with a lot of stuff.
Fremdar heard Ralph Macchio got arrested for waxing off in public. Frampton Comes in a Guy. No, it's Frampton Comes Alive. Damn it, Andy Plajanos. Kirsten says she agrees. Kirsten, I'm sorry, I don't know what you agreed about. That's what happens when I read these comments too late. Anybody hear about Paul McCartney? Oops, I meant Angela Lansbury.
Oh, God. Let's not jinx the guy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Well, hey, freaking 80 years old, man.
John would have been 82 the other day.
That's right, just a few days ago.
Asshole, yeah.
Did you, sometimes you go to Central Park there on
the anniversary of
you didn't
murder.
this year?
Oh, December.
Oh, of the murder. Oh, okay. You going this year?
Oh, yeah, I have every intention going. Absolutely. I've only been there once. And then the pandemic popped up. And, yeah, it's, it's a blast.
Yeah.
I brought the wife and the kids, and, first they were like, Mary was into it. The girls were like, come on. But they loved it. They thought it was so cool.
Really?
Everybody's hanging out. It's nighttime. It's cold as hell.
Yeah.
But everybody's just hanging out. Somebody's playing, some couple of acoustic guitars, and everybody's singing. It was just really cool. It was it was nice. It was all about peace and love. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's all it was, and celebrating John, which was really neat.
I'm all about peace and love, but I'm not all about hearing people who can't sing Beatles songs. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't notice it with everybody singing. You don't hear the band.
I would hear it. I would just be sitting there thinking, "Oh my God, please shut up, shut up! Just somebody put on a radio,
yeah,
please."
I know, but
Yoko, put the boombox on the window.
Yeah.
Or something. We'll
she puts the candle in the window if she's
She
home.
still does that?
Yeah, and we're like, oh, very cool.
She's what, like 86 or something?
She's mid-80s. Yeah,
she
was
there.
older than John. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? She's 86, and she had that weird story with her daughter.
I was always wondering whatever happened to the kid.
She did come back.
But at what age?
31.
Oh.
So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Yoko Ono she was married twice before she married John. And she had a daughter.
Kyoko.
Yeah. And she was around, she was little, maybe 6 or 7 or some shit when Yoko and John were together. And so they had Kyoko, and of course John had Julian hanging around as well.
Videos with Yoko's daughter.
Right. But the father of the kid, grabbed the daughter and took off. And they didn't know where they were. Where was it? Somewhere, it might even be Amsterdam, I forget. John had his people looking, and they found them. So John and Yoko, it might have been Amsterdam, they went and confronted this guy, And actually, I take that back. It might have been America. So
See, I was going to say Japan.
They found out where he was. They confronted him. They went to court, and the husband sued them in a court, and John and Yoko did a filed suit I think it was in America. I think the husband did it in one state. John and Yoko did it in another. I believe both had visitation rights at least for Yoko, but then the guy took off again. And I think maybe this time he went to either Europe or Japan or something. Yeah. But this time they couldn't find them. And this went on for several years until Yoko actually gave up and said, I just can't find her. And eventually, if she's old enough, she'll find me. She knows where she can find me. And then the kid was 31 when they announced. They kind of put it out there that they're back in touch. Yoko would not give any details, just said that they're back in touch and reestablishing their relationship, and they're still.
How long ago was that?
Good question.
It's probably not that long ago.
Well,
figure
31.
She's probably in her early 40s by now, so probably 10 years ago, I guess.
Well, no, she's got to be older because, again, John and Yoko married in '69, and the kids were already
probably about
around.
5. Yeah.
So you figure she's got to be in her mid to late 50s.
Yeah.
So you figure 20, 25 years ago, she got back in touch with her mom, and they've reestablished their relationship. And even once in a while, you'll see pictures of them and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Good. It is nice. Good. I mean, the world hates Yoko Ono, but I don't, you don't want to see. I still think it's an interesting story.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't hate her. I just don't want to hear her sing.
I laugh my ass off when she sings. There's something about it. It just cracks me up. And I have to say, I do think some of her songs are good. I just wish somebody else was singing them.
Yeah.
which she has done. She's put out albums where other people are singing her songs, and they're still kind of iffy. But Yoko, I'd rather listen to cats being murdered, says Fremder. I heard John Lennon had a little yellow submarine. What the? U.S. Virgin Islands, says Andy. Oh, that's where the husband, the father went? Okay. Thank you, Andy. And then I heard another story the other day, kind of a segue with the whole Beatles thing. Eric Idle. He was Monty Python.
Yeah.
But he was the guy behind the Ruddles.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Eric Idle, member of Monty Python, hilarious guy. I guess most recently he was on The Masked Singer. He was on that stupid. He actually sang "Love Me Do" on.
Oh,
on
yeah.
So, but I just saw an interview with him because I'm a fan of his work. Very, very funny man. But whether you know the guy or not, I thought this was an interesting story. So he was working on a play about a man who was writing a movie. But then he was writing a movie about a writer who got pancreatic cancer.
Oof.
So he's writing this movie about a man who's writing a movie about this. So he, but then while writing this, he ends up getting it. Is that crazy? He went to the doctor just for a regular physical. He was due for physical. Oof. They did blood. They took blood, and they called him. We found something. But he said, so not only was that weird because he was writing a thing about it. Turned out it happened to him, but it gets a little weirder. The doctors and the specialists said they've never caught it this early in somebody before. Like he's the earliest case that they've ever found. Because this thing is very.
If you're gonna make it, it's got to be like right in the beginning.
Right, because it's you don't. Most people
a death sentence, unfortunately.
And that's what happened. They caught it so early that they were able to get rid of it, and he's got no traces of it now.
Crazy.
To me, I thought that was a crazy story. Yeah.
That's luck.
Yeah, big time.
You got to get physicals every year, man. You got to do it. Get a physical every year. I actually get 2.
Really?
Well, my fire department makes me get 1 every year, and I.
Is that right? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, after 40, we got to go every year. Not that we go. We have this company come into the firehouse, and they do the whole thing: EKG station, hearing station, blood test station, drug test station, the whole 9.
Really?
Get it all done, yeah. And then I go to my regular doctor every year because I want the real good checkup.
Yeah.
Not just a quick one.
And you've had the colonoscopy and all that shit?
I just had it done for the first time, dude.
Did you? How'd it go?
Yeah. Well, You know, I think he had what? I think I had one little polyp in there.
That's nothing, right?
Yeah, no. Everybody tells me like, dude, don't be freaked out. They say they cut like 2 or 3 of them things out. It's nothing. So I still got to go for my follow up. I haven't been back to him for tells you come, make an appointment for 2 weeks for the follow up.
Yeah.
And I haven't done that, and that was a few months ago. So I'm guessing, no news is good news. But I'll go and sit there for the follow up. But yeah, wow.
Yeah, I haven't done any of that yet.
Dude, you got to do it.
I know.
Don't be stupid.
I know.
I was mad at myself for delaying 2 years. I should be when we're 50. You know?
Right.
And it's I mean, in and out. He was done in you sleep, you wake up, it was probably legitimately 20 minutes later.
Oh yeah.
And you're out of there. Yeah. And I thought it was gonna be feeling. I couldn't even tell you. You don't even know.
Oh yeah. Well, I've heard that about you.
Yeah. What do you mean?
In and out, knock you right out. In and out.
Oh, yeah. So, everybody's like, yeah, you got to be sitting in the recovery room. You got to be farting uncontrollably. It's just the air. And the nurse is like, yeah,
I did
don't
that
worry
already.
about it, right? Nothing. Me, nothing.
Really?
Not one.
Yeah. See, that would piss me off.
I'd be like,
I'd want to, if I finally have an excuse to fart in front of people in public. Yeah, I would like that.
And there's nothing in there, so it's just strictly, air that doesn't even smell. But I had nothing.
Oh, that's messed up.
Which is, I don't want the ladies around that I don't know would be a little embarrassing, I think.
But that's what I'm saying. This is the one place you can get away with it, where they'd understand.
Because my buddy tells you, the nurse is like, don't worry about it. It's normal.
Right.
And I heard you can't even hold it in. She's like, don't.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But I did not experience that at all.
See, that would make me mad.
I got nothing.
There's nothing better to me than a woman, a hottie, who will sit with me and fart and burp. Because if she's that comfortable to do that with me, then that's fantastic.
It'd have to be after a while, though.
Nah, I don't know.
Not like right first date kind of stuff.
First date, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's the funniest thing in the world.
I think I'd be a little taken back.
I would be laughing I'd be like, you're a keeper. First date? Like,
I don't know.
How many guys have you hung out with for the first time and you did it in front of them? Come on.
Yeah, first time? No.
Really?
No, you got to know me a while.
Even with a guy?
I got to know you. Yeah.
See, I don't care about guys. Yeah. We're all slobs. We're all idiots. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, once we're buddies, forget about it. It's over.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
It's good to get a colonoscopy every now and again to keep your health and check. I think that's supposed to be in check. Yeah. Make sure the doctor doesn't have both hands on your shoulders. Yes, thank you.
That's what I told it's no joke there. When my doctor, you get the yearly checkup, check the little prostate.
Yeah.
And I got to check it from, back. So it's, you get it. He's like, drop your drawers. And I actually told him, I said, Doc, I don't want to feel both hands on my shoulders. He started laughing. He goes, man, that never gets old.
Imagine you said to him, I want to feel both hands on
you gotta break the ice, It's not a comfortable situation. And then all of a sudden you're just like, oh. Yeah, it's not good. That part is no. It's not good.
I once had a doctor tell me that I had good-sized balls.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know why he felt the need to tell me that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Good-sized balls.
Okay. And yeah, I don't even know what to say to that. Good-sized balls.
Yeah, that's exactly. I kind of did one of these in my head. I'm like, did he just tell me I have good-sized balls? What the hell?
It's like saying, hey, Tony, you got a nice sack. I mean, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay.
And you have nice earlobes. Like, what am I supposed to say to that? Like, it was strange.
Yeah, it's definitely odd. All right, Doc. See you.
Yeah, right. I'm leaving now. All right. So, what else do I have here? There's something else I wanted to ask you about.
Ask away.
As a man who's traveled the world, I'm going to spell.
Oh, boy.
The name of a city. I want you to tell me how to pronounce it. Toronto.
Toronto.
Is it?
I can call one of my Canadian friends and find out.
I think you should, actually. I was just last night. I was driving home. Had a Knockem Dead comedy rehearsal. It was around 10 o'clock last night. I'm driving home. And I had Sirius XM on the Beatle channel.
Uh-huh.
And Dennis Elsis was on. I've tried to get him on here, and he refused me.
Really?
Prick bastard. He so he was talking to a guest. His guest was some Canadian DJ. who informed him
Is it
that
Toronto?
it's Toronto.
Toronto. You don't say the T.
The T is silent. And sure enough, then Dennis Elsis and there was some other guy hosting with him. They then texted some Canadian friends who wrote back saying, yes, we pronounce it Toronto. The T is silent.
I'm going to do that right now.
In all my years, and I'm sure, and even these guys were saying that these DJs were like, and they're older than us, and they were like, we never, ever knew that. We've been saying Toronto our whole lives. Sportscasters, they say the Toronto Blue Jays.
So
but
it's Toronto.
It's Toronto.
Toronto.
You say Toronto, I say Toronto. Let's call the whole thing off.
Potato.
Exactly.
Tomato.
But that's, supposedly that's what this guy's, that's what they were saying.
Okay.
So you texted a Canadian friend?
Yes. The message has been delivered, but we'll see if she reads it because she might be working or doing something.
What exactly did you say?
In fact, she was on here last time when I was one of the times. Lindsay
yeah.
up in Toronto.
She called in, yes.
Yeah, she called into the show, exactly.
She sounded hot. Is there hotness?
She's a pretty woman. Very good looking woman, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you like, do you get in trouble now if you say that a woman's hot on the air when, like, if Mary hears this?
I don't know. She's always working.
Mary's got hotness too, by the way.
Of course she does.
Mary's the coolest. I love Mary. She's awesome.
Yeah.
London is another that everyone mispronounces. Really, Andy? How do you pronounce London? It's not London?
My friends in London say London.
Or are you messing with me, Andy?
I don't know. My friends in London say London.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never... Yeah, Andy's probably messing with me. Andy will be in here tomorrow, so I'll smack him in the face.
Let's see. Let's try it. Let's do a direct call. Let's see what happens here. Put on speaker. Let's see if she answers. And she's up in Toronto.
Oh, she actually lives in?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I'm gonna
perfect.
call a local.
Nice.
Resident.
If she answers.
Hello there, Miss Jenkinson. How are you? You're live on the air on Gov's Comedy Radio Show at the moment.
Really?
Yes, you are, because we have a question that a true Canadian, only a true Canadian, can answer. Okay. Okay. Did I wake you? You sound like you were in a slumber.
No, just having a lazy day.
All right. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Good for you.
Okay. This is my friend Tony here. Sitting. You spoke with him last time we were on the show together. Say hi, Tony.
Yeah.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hey, Tony.
Good to hear your voice.
So, forgive me for catching you off guard. We were told that we've been pronouncing Toronto wrong all our lives down here in the States. So, is it true that you don't pronounce the T? The middle T?
But that's the second T. That's how people know I'm not from Toronto, because I say Toronto. But if you're from Toronto, you say Toronto.
Confirmed.
How do you like
Confirmed.
that? See that?
Okay. All right. I we were discussing it here, and I said, you know what? I'm going to find out right now. I sent the text, and then just quickly I said, you know what? Let me just call. So hopefully I didn't catch you at a bad time, but everything in life is good?
No, not at all. Yeah, just having a lazy day after that big turkey weekend, so.
That's right. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you. That it was their Thanksgiving up in Canada.
Oh, I didn't know that. Happy Thanksgiving. Very nice.
It's the second Monday of October, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, something like that. Ours is about the harvest, or it has nothing to do with pilgrims or a big boat or anything.
Gotcha.
More
Yeah,
of a
gotcha.
walk.
But she's still recovering 3 days later. That means she had a really good time.
Lots of turkey.
Oh, yeah. That tryptophan will get you.
Exactly.
Yeah, no? All right, Linz.
My wine a glass next to me. Just kidding.
Well, thank you for answering and letting me catch you off guard and confirming our information here. We do appreciate that, and I'll touch base with you on another day.
Okay, great.
All right, Linz. Talk to you soon. Tell Lisa and your Boston Bruin loving hubby I said hello.
I will.
It's hockey season.
I know. Go Bruins.
All right, Linz. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See? How do you like that? See, you learn something new every day on the Knockem Day Comedy Podcast.
So, there we have it.
Right.
Toronto. Okay. I'll never say Toronto again.
Me neither.
Never again.
Never again.
No, I'm not doing it.
So, So Andy, I'm not following this. He says they say it, he's trying to phonetically spell it. Lahn done. London? Landon? Like Michael Landon? Right, he's saying Tony, everybody else pronounces it London. Yeah, I got that. But it sounds like, the second syllable, it sounds like we're saying the same thing. You're saying done, and I'm saying done.
Do I have to call a friend in London now? Because, I mean, this makes no sense.
You might have to. Yeah, I think. Yeah, why not?
Okay, here we go. Let's call one of my buddy Tony in London. Not my Manchester Tony buddy. My London Tony buddy.
Oh, so this is not the person. The other Tony we spoke to.
The other Tony was in charge of Hitsville Radio.
Right, but that's not who you call.
That's Tony in Manchester, who was from Liverpool, had the Beatles at his house.
Right,
when he was a kid. No,
right.
This is Tony in London,
who also knew who Elio Pace was.
Yeah, he did, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. All right. We'll call Mr. Anthony Powell.
So how do you know this guy?
He's a mechanic in London Heathrow.
Oh, okay.
So when I went over to Europe a couple times to fix an airplane, he happened to be sent to the same city, and we worked together. Fine lad. But let's see if he answers. He might be working.
What qualifies you as...
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Tony. What's going on, buddy? Hey, listen.
I'm pretty good. I'm just in the pub with the old man.
Oh, you're in the pub. Excellent. Then I won't keep you, but right now I have you. You're live on the air at Gov's radio podcast. I got you live on the air. My buddy Tony's sitting here next to me. His name is Tony as well. Tony, say hi to Tony.
Hello, Tony.
How you doing, mate? So I can't swear then, no?
Oh, yeah, you can fucking say whatever you want.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's a podcast. Just say we're not being watched by the FCC.
We're not in church.
No, we're not in church. So listen, we're getting a lesson in grammar. We're getting a grammar lesson from some listeners lately.
Okay.
We just confirmed with a friend in Toronto. Notice I said Toronto with a T. That they don't say it like that up there. It's called Toronto. Anybody that's from there says Toronto. They leave out the middle T, right? Silent.
Yeah, Toronto, yeah.
Yeah, so we see the middle T, you don't say it. It's Toronto, like it's an N without a T next to it.
No, Toronto.
Yeah. Now, somebody just typed in a listener and says that Londoners don't say London. They pronounce it differently. And I was like, I don't know about that. Isn't it?
We say London.
You say London? Huh.
Yeah, London, London.
Oh, like an A at the back of it, huh?
London.
Son of a bitch.
London. We would say how you pronounce London. London.
Huh.
London.
Wow.
All right.
Not London.
But how come you've never, in all the years you've known Jeff, how come you never corrected him?
Probably because I just say London.
Because you guys are just in the pub and you don't care.
we have shared a beverage.
I pay a lot of attention to what he says.
You and me both.
Oh man! See now, my buddy here next to me, Tony. We've known each other since 7th grade.
Yeah.
So we go way back. And all right. Listen, I'll let you get back to your dad and have a beer in the pub. Have one for me. Congratulations on that win the other day with that cheesy penalty.
Oh man, it was so easy.
That penalty was bullshit.
Candy from a baby.
Yeah, please. That penalty was bullshit. That should never have been called. And then
it was ball to hand.
Yeah, and the handball at the other end that we didn't get in our favor. I mean, come on now. Unbelievable. His team is Arsenal, Tony, and mine is Liverpool, naturally. And we played,
course, yes.
And his team won and got a penalty kick and won the game, which was nonsense. But anyway, he'll get into that another time.
You're a sore loser.
All right, my brother. Tell the boys over there I said hey, and talk to you soon, pal.
I will do.
Bye-bye.
I will do. Take care, bro.
Cheers.
Wow. We're learning a lot today. See? Hicksville education. That just proves it to you right there.
Unbelievable. They say it like it's got an A at the end instead of an O.
So, Andy, you got it wrong, too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Andy.
Yeah. Americans stressed the Well, all right, but he said London.
Yeah.
You were saying Landon.
Landon, yeah.
So Andy gets half credit.
I wouldn't even give him that much.
No? All right. Yeah, fuck him.
Nah, fuck Andy.
Yeah, right in the face. Wow. All right. Well,
I got to know that guy's skills. You're going to fuck him up.
yeah, right. Well, yeah, he is a little weird. And he was in the Air Force. So be careful. I don't know what that means.
God bless our military. Thank you for your service,
Absolutely.
Andy. Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to school you some more. Actually.
Okay.
I read an article about some things you might not have known about Long Island.
Okay.
When vice presidential nominee Richard Nixon was under attack for misusing a political expense fund, he turned to a national television audience and admitted to only one campaign gift, a dog named Checkers. That 1952 speech may have saved Nixon, who went on to serve as President Eisenhower's vice president. And then, of course, he would become president himself in 1968. As for Checkers, the dog died in 1964 and is buried at Bidewee Association Pet Cemetery in Wantaw.
Wow. Did not know that.
I actually did know that because
Is like a little doggy tombstone there?
Yeah, there's a little pet cemetery.
Really?
It's right across the street from the freaking high school.
I know where it is, but yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I didn't know. Wow.
Yep. All right. Next one. Deep Hollow Ranch in Montauk, the first working ranch in the United States.
Wow. All right.
The oldest ranch isn't in the American West or the heart of Texas. It's Deep Hollow Ranch in Montauk, established in 1658.
Very interesting.
Long Island's Franklin National Bank claimed to have had created the nation's first drive-up bank window, and also claims to be the first bank to issue a credit card.
Okay.
Old Bethpage. These are all towns in Long Island, for
Yep.
those of you who aren't from around here. Old Bethpage is recognized by the Smithsonian as the birthplace of vintage baseball. The first game of its kind played on the restoration grounds during a Civil War reenactment in August 1979. Yeah, and they still play games like that over there as well. Bingo was illegal on Long Island until 1958.
Really?
Yeah, is that weird?
Wow. Why? Because of 069?
What?
Because of 069?
Yeah. I like 77, though. You get 8 more.
Yeah, this is true.
But the Merchant Marine Academy in Kings Point, the prestigious institution, was the first training academy in the United States to admit women. Nancy Wagner, along with fellow females Frances Yates, Terry Olson Preston, and Ivy Barton Suter, graduated in 1978. Nancy Wagner went on to become the first female harbor pilot in U.S. history.
A lot of shit happened here.
Yeah.
And what was it? One of the Kennedys paraded down Broadway. I think it might have been Bobby. Because that's why, you know where the train is, that old train?
Yeah.
That's called Kennedy Park.
Oh,
right there.
okay.
The park is called Kennedy Park. Because I believe he gave a speech from there as well. And he campaigned through Hicksville in a parade.
But I don't think he's the only one. I think.
Probably not. I mean, but.
Was it Eisenhower?
So there is another one, yeah.
No,
I
don't think it's
who,
Eisenhower.
though. I don't know who.
I'm pretty sure there's another president. And then didn't George Washington sleep in a house for one night or something in Hicksville or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
It wasn't mine.
That'd be cool.
It wasn't built then.
Well, there you go. The 6th president of the United States, John Quincy Adams, actually owned a house in Deer Park. Spent many summers there until his death in 1848. One of the first telegraphs in the United States was sent from a small shack in Babylon called the Marconi House.
A lot of cool shit happened here.
Yeah. And then the last one I have here.
That's pretty cool.
The last one I have, the Amityville Horror House, is on Long Island, as everybody knows.
Yeah, Ocean Avenue.
But, did you know the house has actually changed its address?
Yeah, they did.
At least twice, in hopes that people would stop coming over there to look at the house.
You drive down
and
a
take
block,
pictures.
you still know which house it is. I mean, especially
Yes,
us being kids doing it. It used to be 112. That was the original number.
That's correct.
112 Ocean Avenue.
Right.
But now
Wow.
I don't know what it is now.
Wow, how do you know that?
That stupid information gets stuck in my head sometimes. Useless information.
And that's the same with which is right around the block from you, Billy Joel's childhood home.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did I ever tell you this story?
There's this guy. In fact, he's been in here. His name is Mike Stutz. He runs the biggest Billy Joel fan page on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
And this guy, he's a stickler. He loves going to, like, seeing places where things took place.
Yeah.
Like, he loves this stuff. So he came to New York. He's from Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Came to New York, and he came to Hicksville. And he said, will you pick me up and let me see a few things around Hicksville that's related to Billy Joel? I'm not big on that stuff.
Yeah.
But I did love going to Abbey Road. That was a big thrill. But I'm not big on. So I like reading about an incident or something that took place in history, but I don't need to go see it. Sometimes, like I've been to Gettysburg and I've enjoyed that, but I'm still not big on that stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll drive you around if you want to drive around.
And you never met this guy before?
I have met him.
Being on Facebook. Oh, okay.
But this was like the first time, like, it's just me and him and doing something like this. I've met him at like parties and a few concerts and stuff. But it just got a little weird for me. So I pick him up, and first he wants to go to
the Village Green.
The Village Green.
How did I know?
Somebody else had taken him around Hicksville a couple of years prior.
Yeah.
And he went. And I made the mistake of saying, because he went to the Village Green, he posted a video. I made the mistake of saying, Mike, that's not the same Village Green. That's a different one.
Which Village Green did you take him to?
I took him to the one. I'm trying to remember.
The one by my house is the one he's talking about.
Right.
Which is the West Green.
And I think he went to the other one.
What, the East Green on Jerusalem?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not the green.
Right. The one, the West is on Newbridge.
The West is on Newbridge. That's
right.
the one he's talking
yes, which is where I took him.
Yeah.
He went to Jerusalem Avenue. Right. So we get out, but see, that's my thing. Like I'll go to Gettysburg, I'll go to Abbey Road, but the West Village Green, like, what is there to see there? He wrote a song, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, where he mentions it in the song. Do you remember those nights hanging out at the Village Green? Like, what are you going to want to see there? The Carvel?
Yeah.
The bar, the laundromat, like,
yeah.
So he gets out of the car. He's got his video camera. There's a pool in the back, and I can hear him. He's narrating as he's filming. Billy Joel probably spent many summers in this pool. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh God.
So I'm like, all right.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. So he gets back in the car, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness. So now I've had conversations with him in the past because people will have gone to Billy Joel's childhood home, which is right around the block from you, and they'll take pictures and they'll post it. And there was a girl that we went to school with who had owned the house. She lived there for several years. She just recently sold it and moved.
Who was that?
I'll tell you after.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But she, I guess, I don't know, because I'm active on this Facebook page. I don't know how she kind of figured it out, but she reached out to me. She goes, can you ask these Billy Joel freaks to leave my house alone and stop showing up, stop taking pictures? So I did. I reached out to this guy, and I asked him, can you post this on your page? Please ask people to stop. This is a friend of mine. Can you please? Sure enough, he's like, I want to see the house. I said, all right. But
you're not getting out of the car.
Right. Well, guess what he does?
Yeah.
Not only gets out, but he's walking on the lawn. And he's walking.
Oh, my God.
So I'm like, Mike, come on, Mike.
The problem was you stopped the car.
Yeah.
So you should have rolled the window down and said, dude, I'm going 5 miles an hour. Take your pictures, wait, and we're going to keep going.
Well, that's what I get for being a nice guy, because
exactly.
I stopped so he can get it, good foot. And I even said to him, I know the girl. Please don't. We can't stay here. She'll kill me. So then it gets worse.
What a tool.
We now go. He wants to see. Oh, what was the name of the bar?
What, Curiosity Shop?
I want to say My Father's Place, but that's not right. But it was something like that. It was It used to be in Plainview. When Billy, before he was famous and he played in bands in the '60s, he played at this place regularly. It's a known place, and the Good Rats played there a lot. I forget the name of the place. It's in Plainview, but it's not there anymore. It's long gone.
Yeah,
it's now that ShopRite shopping center.
Yeah.
So he somehow found out that, like, the exact spot where the bar was. So we go into the shopping center, and it's now a Lucille Roberts. He gets out of the car with his video camera. You Lucille Roberts, they always have the big windows, and you see all the women working out.
Oh, God, so he's filming.
He's got the camera right against the window.
Come on. Are you serious?
So I yell, Mike, we're going to get arrested. Get the fuck out of there. As I yell that, what comes up pulling up behind me? I wish it was a cop. It's worse than that. It's my business partner, Eric Shevlin, because he lives over there. I'm like, oh, I'd rather be arrested. Because, I know Eric will never stop making fun of me for this. Sure enough, he comes walking over. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. Nothing. So, sure enough, Mike yells something. I'll be over there in a second. Eric looks, sees this guy with a camera against the window. He's like, what the hell are you doing? So I have to explain to him everything I just said. This guy's from Minnesota. He wants to live. He's now hysterically laughing at me. This Mike finally comes walking over. Eric he's like, I'm not sticking around for this. He gets in his car. He yells out. He yells as he's driving by, keeping the faith. And he takes off. I'm like, my life is over. Eric will rub this in for the rest of my life.
How long ago was this?
This was, good question, 2015 maybe? Around there somewhere.
So he had, the bike shop was up in Oyster Bay then at this point then.
Well, he didn't have the opportunity because after that, after filming these women working out, he gets in the car. I said, Mike, we're done.
Yeah, because that would have been a shit show if you took him up there.
Oh, him geeking out all over Billy Joel if he saw him up there?
On the damn freaking window, storefront window.
Right. So there was no way. So I said to him, so Mike, I got something I got to do. Oh, really? We've only been at it for 45 minutes. I said, no, I got to go. I took him back to the train station. He goes, he had nothing else planned. Like, he thought we'd be spending the afternoon.
Oh, God.
So he's like, well, what about the mall? I go, Broadway, we're at the train station now. I said, yeah, it's walking distance. There you go. Yeah. I took off.
Oh, my God.
I was done.
Do you still keep in touch with this dude? Or?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, if everybody geeks out about something, whether it's a Star Trek or the Beatles, whatever it is, I'm with you. It is a lot.
Geeking out about the Beatles. I could see go to Liverpool, take a little bus tour, right. But you're not going to get out and be a little nut job. That's a little crazy.
But when but for guys like us who are semi geeks with this stuff, if I try to find out some information or something, that guy, because he's a super geek, he has all the answers.
Yeah.
And he's actually put together some cool get-togethers and stuff. So that have included Billy Joel band members and stuff. So I'm like, all right, this is he's all right. He's a super fan, but it's all right. So, but yeah, that was a tough day.
Did the girl know that you brought him to the house? I didn't get caught.
As far as I know, I didn't get caught. I didn't bring it up. That's for sure.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Yeah, that was quite the day. And of course, then he posts and not only does he post a video, but who was it? Somebody we grew up with, I forget who it was, reaches out to me. She's like, so I see this video posted about Billy Joel. She goes, I'm watching it, and all of a sudden there you are. She's like, you're everywhere. I'm like, yeah. So not only did he post a video, but I'm in the damn thing. Yeah. So yeah, that was yeah, exactly, exactly.
Oh my God.
All right, so now, so I was also, I was always looking for news items to bring up on the show here.
Mm-hmm. What do you got?
So check this out.
Current events type stuff.
Well, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
The current part is that it's a new book, but it's about the past. It's a book about Paul Newman that's coming out.
Mm-hmm. Great actor.
Excellent actor. Butch Cassidy, Cool Hand Luke, The Sting, Slingshot, and what's the one with Road to Perdition? Did you ever see that one?
No.
Him and Tom Hanks?
No.
Good movie.
Oh, yeah?
Really good. A little disturbing, but it's a mob movie, but it's good.
Salad dressing. Race car driver.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Turns out, he was married to Joanne Woodward. That was that was actually his second marriage. Apparently, the author who was writing this book was doing research and found this interview with Paul Newman where he says, Joanne gave birth to a sexual creature. We left a trail of lust all over the place. Hotels, public parks, Hertz rent-a-cars. He recalls coming home to their Beverly Hills house to find that Woodward had fixed up a room off the master bedroom with a thrift shop double bed that she proudly called the fuck hut. It had been done with such affection and delight, Paul Newman said. Even if my kids came over, we'd go into the fuck hut several nights a week and just be intimate and noisy and crazy. I have a whole new respect for Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward.
Okay.
You got nothing on that?
Yeah, good for them.
Absolutely.
Was it a soundproof hut?
It doesn't say. How cool is that?
Because he said even if the kids were home, he'd just...
They still go in there. So, yeah, maybe it was. Or maybe they didn't care.
Soundproof. She sounds like an animal.
Or maybe they want the kids to hear. Maybe they'll say, this is what a marriage is supposed to be. That our parents love each other, that they have a fuck hut.
I don't want them hearing anything. Kids know.
Yeah, I'm with you. You. I'm just trying to figure out what they were thinking. Maybe it was soundproof. They could definitely afford to make it soundproof.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Think of it like a little fuck hut studio.
Right.
Take it to a whole different level.
Record their fuck hut sessions.
They would have... You thought they made money before.
Nice.
Yeah, look at Pam and Tommy. Only that was a fuck boat.
True. A fuck boat.
Yeah.
A fuck hut, fuck boat. Everybody should have some fuck place.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have one? Do you have a fuck hut?
I'm going to have to make one now.
Yeah. Would Mary be okay with this?
Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah. That would be... See, and again, that's a keeper. See,
it'll be like, the kids out here is...
I mean, does it get any better than that to come home and find out your wife made that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'd be like, is that for us?
Is that for us? Just renting it out?
Just,
That, I mean, you expect the guy to build that.
Yeah.
But then to find out the wife made it.
Yeah.
God almighty. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, it's good to see they're in touch with their sexuality sometimes.
Absolutely.
Sometimes they're just not. And that part's not good.
No.
That's not good.
Yeah, I thought that was fantastic.
Hollywood.
Yeah. So, and then going back to some music. On this day in 1965, The Who recorded My Generation.
Wow.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
Very
right?
cool.
Rock anthem.
Yeah. They were just at UBS.
Yeah, just over the weekend.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you go?
I did not.
No, me neither. I'm upset I didn't go.
I should have gone. I was offered free tickets too, and I didn't go.
Really?
Yeah.
Why didn't you take them?
I don't know.
Free tickets.
All right. Well, it's through that the first responder vet ticks thing. They put out tickets if you want to go. It's usually like a lottery, but these were actually tickets that could be had right then and there.
Nice.
I was like, oh man, going to freaking there, and I get out of there 11, and get home and into bed. It's 12:30. Get up at 4:30
come on.
for work.
Now you sound like an old man.
Getting up at 4:30 sucks, bro.
You get up at 4:30 for work?
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
But
wow.
I don't want to be on afternoons. I'd rather be on mornings. So you gotta
I
get
hear
up at 4:30.
Yeah, I hear you. I used to get up at anywhere between 5:30.
Yeah.
At my old career.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You're always tired when you get up that time in the morning. I don't care. You're tired all day, no matter what.
But it's freaking great to come home during the winter when it's still daylight.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
And I'll get up early in the morning any day.
Yeah, I'm usually home by 3:30.
Right. That was the thing. Right. I used to get home just as the kids are getting home from school. Now I have the afternoons with the kids.
Yeah. Hour to get home from the airport. An hour. In the morning, 25 minutes to get there.
Right.
Home, an hour. Got to get these people back on public transportation.
An hour's still not that bad, though, for Long Island.
It's oof.
It's rough.
But if people start getting back on the trains a little more and stop being so freaking afraid of getting a germ and I'm going to get sick if they go on public transportation,
I'm with you.
It's like, get on the train, man. You did it before.
Right.
The pandemic.
Everything's
get
been
back on the freaking
Everything's
train.
been lifted.
Enough.
Everything's been lifted. I mean, people are still dying, unfortunately. But
yeah, unfortunately. You want to wear a mask? Wear a mask.
Right.
Nobody's going to bust your balls. If they bust your balls, then they're an asshole. It's all right. If you want to wear a mask, wear it. If you don't, you don't have to.
You know what pisses me off? And I've said this before, and I use this analogy all the time. What was it? Maybe 10, 15 years ago was the first nor'easter. then of course every storm became a nor'easter after that. Because whatever spreads
I
the
don't know
fear.
what the criteria is, anymore.
Right. But now they're doing the same thing.
Fear mongering.
Right. So we had the pandemic. We all had to wear masks. Now everything is, everything is some type of COVID. Everything, is, you got to stay home for 5 days. The majority of people are getting like flu symptoms.
Yeah.
Nobody's even running to the hospital anymore. Like everything now, it's safe to say whether you're pro-vaccine or not, it doesn't matter. But
I don't care. I don't want to
right,
hear it.
Right.
I don't want to hear why you are or why you're not. I don't want to hear it.
Whether you are or not, I think it's safe to say for the most part, this thing is under control and past us. But now, again, everything has to be some kind of strain or some kind of uptick. Whatever spreads the fear. And it makes me crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, big time. Big time. I'm surprised they're not sitting there talking more about the nut job over in Russia that wants to nuke everybody.
Yeah, right, right. Well, even that was the big topic, and then that just slowly died off. Now you don't hear about it anymore unless you look for it. And speaking of concerts, did you go the last time you were here? You said you were going to go to that Foo Fighters Taylor Hawkins tribute. Did you make it over to that?
Couldn't.
You didn't
I did not make it. You know what it was? The one that was in London, which I could have got tickets for easily because we were. If you had tickets for the Foo Fighters show in London that got canceled because of his death, you were top priority to get tickets for the reunion, the tribute concert. So you were gonna get them. I could, my friends that were gonna go with us to the Foo Fighters, they went. They got them and went.
Nice.
It was awesome. They said
Yeah,
it was
what a show that was.
That was like the days before school was starting, so that was not conducive timing for us to go.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we'll go to the LA one. For some reason, I thought that one in LA was on a Saturday when it was when they first talking about it. I was like, screw it, babe. I said, we'll bomb out to LA. We'll go out that morning of the show or the day before, and then the next day after the show, we come home. I said, screw it, let's do it. You
can jump on any plane anytime, right?
If it's open,
yeah.
If there's seats available, yeah. So, but for that, God forbid, I probably would have bought tickets for it because I don't want to go stand by and risk not getting on because the flights are full. I would have rather been positive getting over there. But it was the middle of the week.
It was a Tuesday.
I think it was a Tuesday, so couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a drag. I had my friends up in Manchester. Like I said, they went down to London for the show. I had them get us 2 shirts from that show.
Oh, nice.
So they're in the mail right now. Should be coming any day.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, that's got to be kind of cool that you can just fly almost anywhere.
Yeah.
And then just
anywhere in the world we go.
Like on a Tuesday and then come back Wednesday. That's got to be freaking great.
But
I want to go
planes are so full now, it's crazy.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah, people are flying in. I'm tired of sitting home with this. The way the world has been. But where do you want to go?
Well, I want to go to England in March. My buddy Elio, he does these things where he's he has his Billy Joel show.
Yeah.
It's called the Billy Joel Songbook, and it's a theater show. I mean, it's not completely like a concert. It's more of a show where he tells a lot of stories, and he's trying to really just get the message out as to why Billy Joel is the best singer-songwriter ever. And so he talks a lot and plays songs. The last 45 minutes to an hour is like a concert. He just plays all these great songs.
Yeah.
But he also does this thing, the Billy Joel album show, where he goes on tour and performs 2 Billy Joel albums, full albums, 2 of them. And he's currently doing one right now, and he's at the halfway mark. His goal is to do all of Billy Joel all of the albums. So he's at the halfway mark right now. In March, he's going out again to do another 2 albums. One of them is An Nylon Curtain, which is my favorite Billy Joel album. And Elio is one of my best friends. So I'm like, I got to get to England in March and see the whole album of The Nylon Curtain. So
now, I've never, seen his stuff or listened. How's he sound like? I mean,
well, he's not a tribute show, so he's not trying to sound like him.
Okay.
Yeah. So
curious.
Which he is. It's kind of like I don't want to say a bad thing, but it does get in the way a little bit because he gets roped in with all these tribute bands, and I've seen people on Facebook and social media sounds nothing like him. He's not trying to sound like him.
No,
he's just trying to play. He's just playing the songs.
Yeah,
That's all.
There are plenty of guys who are trying to sound like him, and kudos to them. That's what they do. But, yeah, he's not – he gets roped in with those guys.
Yeah.
And, but I think he sounds great. He plays them well. His band is fantastic. His bass player is the current bass player in Queen.
Oh, cool.
So he has top-notch musicians. I mean, he's a full-time musician, Elio. He's played with Huey Lewis. He's played with some of the biggest acts in England. He played with Susie Quattro for a long time. Remember Susie Quattro from Happy Days? Pinky Tuscadero.
Oh my God.
No, Pinky Tuscadero.
Huh.
I think
no, Pinky Tuscadero was.
No, yeah, not Pinky. Who was the other one?
Grease. Wasn't Pinky Tuscadero Grease?
Oh, was it Grease? I forget
now.
I don't know. There were these girls. The one that sang on Happy Days. She always Leather. Was that her name? Leather? Oh, this is gonna bug me now.
Oh no, Pinky Tuscadero might be Happy Days. Yeah, yeah.
Let me see here. All right, Susie Quattro. Happy Days.
Yeah,
of course it comes right up.
Okay.
Let's see. I was right. Oh, I got it wrong. Leather Tuscadero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on Happy Days. Yeah. Yes, he played with her for a long time, and he's played with a lot of great acts. Like I said, he's played with Huey Lewis, blues guitarist Albert Lee. He's played with. Yeah, he's been around, and he has some original. He has one album of original material out there, and So I love his performances of Billy Joel's music, and he's one of my best friends. So I want to get out there and.
Yo, you tell him, because remember when I think it was when I was going to London around when I went to Paul McCartney in Liverpool, and I was going to be in London a couple of days, and you had sent him a text and included me in the text.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Jeff, Elio, Jeff, yada yada yada. Hey, Elio, can you tell Jeff, maybe something? That fucker never got back to me. Never said nothing. I said, hey, Elio, how you doing? Yada yada yada.
Yeah, what was I?
Nothing. I got nothing.
I asked him to tell you like some good
some
places
things
to visit,
do or something to place to go, yada yada. Stuff like that. And nothing. I got nothing.
All right, I will definitely yell at him.
Yeah, tell him thanks.
He actually shared a stage with Ringo Starr.
Oh yeah.
They were at Jerry Lee Lewis's 90th birthday concert.
Cool.
It was in England for some reason, and he went out and played a song, and then at the end they were bringing out everybody that played in the show, and they had two surprises. They didn't not to perform, but they were coming out at the end. They were presenting Jerry Lee Lewis with a cake on stage.
Oh yeah.
Carrying the cake was Ringo.
Nice.
And Robert Plant was the other surprise.
Very cool.
But so Elliot's waiting to go on stage for the finale, and to his right there's Ringo standing right there.
Cool.
He looked at him and he goes, Ringo, it's a pleasure to meet you. And I forget, was it you who you met Ringo and you wanted to shake his hand? And he said, give us a break or something?
No. Oh, he shook my hand and was
did
willing to
shake your
stand
hand.
there and talk. As soon as I asked for an autograph, he was like, oh, come on, give us a break.
Oh, that was it. So, all right, so.
Sorry, dude.
But, all right, so with Elio, he puts his hand out. Ringo just smacked it. Which I thought was fantastic. I love silly shit like that.
Like smacked it as being funny, or just
he didn't want. I've heard that about. I mean, yeah, he shook your hand, but I've heard that about him. He's not he doesn't like contact.
Huh.
He's not normally that big of a handshake, or maybe it's fairly new with COVID or something. I don't know. He's not a big. So yeah, so he just smacked it. That's fantastic. So.
Oh man. Well, I guess I'm lucky then. I don't know.
Well, maybe Henry Winkler told him what about this nice guy at the airport.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. It's time for us to get out of here. Thank you, pal.
We're out already.
Always fun. Yeah, we're done.
Wow.
Always fun with you.
Yeah, man.
Good time. So now we got to work on.
Definitely got to work on something.
You doing
collaboration
something?
Of some sort.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, let's make that happen. That'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're out of here. Today is Thursday, so there's nothing on tonight. Andy and I will be back here tomorrow, and Don Sill will be on Friday night. Promise you he will be on tomorrow night. I screwed that up last week. Don Show didn't make it on the YouTube channel last week. That was my fault. Sorry. Also, I did want to mention quickly, some of you guys have been asking about Sally. Sally, I spoke with Sally. She is, it looks like she's getting a full-time job. So I don't know what's going to happen in here yet. We're still trying to figure that out. So I just wanted to address that. In fact,
full-time job, huh?
Yep.
It's about freaking time. Just get it, Sally.
Glad you said it, not me. So I know some of you have been asking
People were commenting yesterday about it. I've been getting some private messages. So she's fine. There's nothing, her health is good and all that stuff. She's just might be getting a job.
Nothing to see here.
That's right.
Nothing
Keep
to
on
say
moving.
here.
Nothing to see here.
And don't forget, you're going to get Ralph Macchio on the show.
Oh,
Got to do it. We got to work on that.
What am I going to do? Ask him about The Outsiders? Like,
Anything, who cares?
I hate The Karate Kid. Haven't seen Cobra Kai.
No, you don't need to.
Talk about what, Crossroads?
Hey, man, what kind of music you like? What are you into? Are you a big fan, sports fan, music fan? What do you got?
Oh, that's what.
You know,
that's
all
what I should
sorts of
do.
shit, dude.
I should get Roach
And
in
I'm
here.
going to be here with you.
Oh, all right, all right.
But yeah, it's Tony to get me.
True,
If you
it
get him
is-
and I'm not part of the show, then we're going to have a problem.
You're right. Oh no, I wouldn't do that to you. Maybe I'll get Roach in here that day, and they can talk about hockey.
Oh my God, dude! Him being a Ranger fan. Oh my dude, yes, that's it, bro. That is it right there.
All right,
that would be cool. Maybe Roach would know some people who get in contact with Ralph,
his
get him
people.
here.
Yeah, maybe.
His people to get that. That'd probably be even
Well,
easier.
Roach used to have a hockey show in here.
Yeah, he had that podcast. Yeah,
But he never. See, he didn't do it at that time.
I think when I met him on the train,
Yeah.
I think he gave me a card about the podcast or something to listen to.
Oh, did he?
Something like that.
He had like 18 podcasts.
Yeah,
at
it
the
was all about
time.
hockey stuff. we were talking
Yeah,
about,
that one was in here, but at that time, even for his own show, he didn't try to get Macchio, unless maybe he tried and they said,
or
"Forget
maybe
it."
just maybe it didn't, come
All right.
to mind.
All right, I'll have to
That
ask
would
him.
be an interesting one.
That would be cool. Yes, getting a job without having to listen to Fremder. That is correct, Andy. Yeah. So we're out of here. Please go to govs.com and check out the schedule and see what the club's got going on. Make yourself some reservations. Do some great comedy shows, including November 5th, No Rhyme, No Reason Comedy Night. Jeff and Rich and Mike and some other great comedians will be taking the stage. Make sure you make your reservations for that. November 18th, Hershey and the Keegs with Carla and Tom and Jay and some other great comedians. Don't miss that. That'll be a fun show. Of course, don't forget Friday, October 28th, Knockem Dead Comedy performing an 80s-themed murder mystery. Friday, October 28th, just in time for Halloween. It's a costume party and a murder. What better for Halloween than a costume party and murder? There'll be a costume contest. There'll be music. There'll be all sorts of fun stuff going on. So don't miss that. And, of course, a lot of you guys have been invited to see the private screening of Comic Sans featuring Don Sill and a whole bunch of other great comedians like Joey Cola and Carrie Karavis and Eric Haft and a bunch of other great people. So make sure you let us know if you're coming, and maybe some of you will still be able to make it. If you'd like to check this short film out, let us know. We're still giving away some opportunities to come see it. That's Wednesday, November 16th. Comic Sans, winner for Best Script at the Tokyo International Short Film Festival. How do you like that shit right there? There you go. And don't forget, if you would like to do a podcast with a great studio with all sorts of great technology, mics and lights and cameras and all sorts of cool stuff, phone lines, Zoom capabilities, graphics, we can hook you up right here. Get in touch with us on our Facebook page, Govs Comedy Club Podcast. That's the name of the Facebook page. Let's see. And there you go. So it's time for us to go. We'll be back. Me and Andy will be here tomorrow, and then Don Sill tomorrow night. And there you go. Everybody have a great day. Thank you
Cheers,
again.
people.
Jeff
Thanks for
Skelzy,
having me,
ladies and
brother.
gentlemen. Anytime, man. Anytime.
Always
It was
a
fun.
pleasure.
Absolutely. All right. We will see you guys tomorrow. See ya.